What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Codehova from Combinator. We're continuing on with the course iOS Hustla. We're going to move on with the next topic, which is tab bar controller. And bam, we have set the intention to complete this shit. So let's go back to our Xcode project that we're working with, and we have this navigation controller. But what we're going to do is create a tab bar controller, and let's do that. So in our nice, what kind of screen do you call this? The object library, all right? So we're going to type in tab bar, and we're going to see that tab bar controller is right there, and we're going to drag it onto the screen. Bam. So it kind of is a whole lot bigger than I expected, but it's all good. And what we're going to do is we're going to say that I want this joint down here to be our initial view controller. And let's run that and see if it gives us no problems. It should, because this navigation controller is no longer the initial view controller. So yes, we have this screen here. We're not able to really tell the difference, so let's just say that this view, we want it to be red. In this view, we want it to be yellow. All right, let's run that again. And it seems like the tab bar controller, the tab bar, it's also translucent, so it's kind of see-through. And all we need to do is go hit this tab bar, and we turn off the translucency, and we run again. All right. And good. It's now a solid color where we're dealing with two screens. So when it comes to the tab bar controller, it's working with the navigation where we're dealing with the flat navigation. So you could put a bunch of shit here, and let's create some segues just like we did with this button. All right. So let's create some new view controllers. Drop one here. Drop one there. All right, we're on and rocking, and let's drop some buttons. Button. Place it in the middle. And then these as well. Let's drop it in the middle. Constrain it in the middle, I mean. So we got these buttons. So this one's item 2. We're going to want to show. And then this one, we're going to want to show. And to make sure that we're working with the right segues, let's also change this to a red color. And let's change the opacity to 75 to just have a slight difference, all right? To make sure that we're having the correct segues. And that's what these movements from screen to screens are called. They're called segues. So you're going to see that a lot, and it's going to become very natural for you as you continue on developing iPhone apps. So we have a tab bar controller app with two what's the relationship called? I don't know if it's child. The relationship is view controllers. That doesn't really help me. But anyways, they're kind of like children, or it might be root view controllers again. Not exactly sure, because I don't really worry about that kind of verbiage. Okay, so we have these two screens with buttons in the middle. So that's the problem we have on tab bar controllers. It's once I have gone to this screen, there's no way for me to get back. All right. So that's why kind of when you're developing apps, you're gonna have one tab bar controller. But then when you have these roots, they're all going to be navigation view controllers that the root view controllers are for each of these tabs. Because once we have segued, there's no way for us to go out. That's the functionality that the tab bar controller does not give you. All right. So we had this segue. But once we went to the segue, because it's not a navigation controller, We're just seeing this white screen. All right. And because we're seeing this just plain screen with no navigation controller, we don't get that back functionality. All right. So let me just run again. So the tab bar controller, what it gives you that functionality of going from different screens on your flat hierarchy. But once you move out, you're up shit's creek. You have a problem. And I'm not sure if it's going to give you an error. It doesn't, because that's what you coded. All right, so we're going to fix this on the next video by combining a tab bar controller with multiple navigation controllers. All right, it's your boy, Codehova. Fly Combinator. We're on the road to become iOS hustlers or hustlerettes. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But don't forget, every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be live streaming. AMA, ask me anything. You dig?